we're halfway through here, then we will need to do the actual auction. So we'll give you until halfway through this break to get that going. And with that, here we go. This is break 1354, the 2020-21 Revolution Basketball One Box Pick Your Team. And next week, speaking of, we will still have some Revolution basketball, but even more exciting than that, we are, well, not more exciting necessarily, but we're the return of Prism Fast Break. Return of Prism Fast Break. It looks like that Revolution 3-team random did sell out, so we will have to get that up on this, or that is on the schedule for y'all right there. And folks, we do have some other breaks with 30% off for the Friday off. In addition, we have 30% off of our baseball breaks. There's 5 spots left in that Prism baseball team random, and you can get that for 30% off. I think that ends up, if you got all 5 spots, are $12 each. That's $16 minus 30%, roughly $40 for all 5 of those spots. Norman Powell of the Raptors, Kelly Oubre Jr. of the Golden State Warriors, Chris Middleton of the Milwaukee Bucks, Lauri Markkanen of the Chicago Bulls, and that's going to be an Astro, followed by a Shockwave Revolution, James Harden of the Houston Rockets. Shockwave Revolution of the Houston Rockets right there. That is going to be heading to Brandon. Yep, but it's all caps, Justin, for 30% off those breaks that are listed there in the chat. Russell Westbrook of the Wizards, John Wall of the Rockets, Kyle Lowry of the Raptors, and then we're going to have a Jaren Jackson impact out of 149 of the Memphis Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson impact of the Memphis Grizzlies, and then he came in like a mellow ball. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. A nice mellow ball hit for Ryan with the Charlotte Hornets. Nice hit right there. And that Revolution base mellow is headed to Ryan. Love getting those mellow ball hits. I love Revolution basketball for the price. There is some solid hits that we get out of that. We've gotten like 3 Galactics lately. Terry Rozier of the Hornets, Kevin Durant of the Nets, Yusuf Nurkic of the Trailblazers, a Groove, Kenyon Martin Jr. of the Houston Rockets, and that is going to Brandon. Following that up with a rookie Revolution, Tyrese Halliburton of the Sacramento Kings, going to Melissa. And after this, we will be halfway through, and the Revolution, the available teams for 1346, if they're not sold, will be completely sold out. Eric Gordon of the Rockets, Jonas Valanciunas of the Grizzlies, Marvin Bagley of the Kings, a Shockwave Revolution, Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors, headed to Brandon. Following that up with a little bit of Obi Toppin of the New York Knickerbockers, going to Carl. You'll have to wait and see for break 100. DeAndre Ayton of the Suns, Tobias Harris of the 76ers, Donovan Mitchell of the Jazz, a Groove Donovan Mitchell of the Jazz, headed to Harry, followed up by a Vortex. Ben Simmons of the Philadelphia 76ers headed to John. John, new to BreakTraders, and that gives me a great time to welcome John with the 76ers. We have Patrick with the Bucks and Zach with the Chicago Bulls. Thanks for joining us for the first time. You can use promo code NEWBT to take 20% off your first order. Yes, we are going to do our first Score Hobby case break during 100. That would be 400 cards times 12. 4,800 cards. Drew Holiday of the Bucks, Domantas Sabonis of the Pacers, Goran Dragic of the Heat. Then we have a little Joel Embiid right there. That's going to be a fractal of the 76ers, followed by a Josh Green of the Dallas Mavericks, and that is headed to Carl. Carmelo Anthony of the Portland Trailblazers, Andrew Wiggins of the Golden State Warriors. We have Kevin Huerter of the Hawks, a little Klay Thompson Astro right there of the Golden State Warriors, followed by a Shockwave Revolution Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz. And we're on to the last pack right there. D'Angelo Russell of the Timberwolves, Andre Drummond of the Cavs, Jamal Murray of the Denver Nuggets, followed by a Peyton Pritchard Astro RC of the Boston Celtics headed to Patrick, followed by a little Xavier Tillman of the Memphis Grizzlies headed to Brandon. Alrighty, and with that, we will start running it down with our inserts. We have the Shockwave Revolution, Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz, the Vortex, Ben Simmons of the Philadelphia 76ers, following that up with a Steph Curry Shockwave Revolution and a James Harden Shockwave Revolution. And then we have our parallels. We have the Astro, Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors, Lauri Markkanen Astro of the Bulls, the Groove, Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz, followed by Joel Embiid Fractal of the 76ers, and a Jaren Jackson Impact right there, and that is out of 149 of the Memphis Grizzlies heading to Brandon. And now our rookie rundown before we get to our featured cards. We have Xavier Tillman of the Grizzlies headed to Brandon, Josh Green of the Dallas Mavericks to Carl, and Obi Toppin of the New York Knicks. And that is going to be heading to Carl as well. And now we have the Astro, Peyton Pritchard of the Boston Celtics going to Patrick, followed up by Kenyon Martin Jr. Groove of the Houston Rockets going to Brandon, and a Rookie Revolution Tyrese Halliburton of the Sacramento Kings going to he came in like a mellow ball, and that is going to Ryan with the Charlotte Hornets. And with that, we are done with break 1345. Done with break 1345.